Alright, hello. So today I have you a big ol' fucking unhaul. So where these books are going, most of them are going to the school I used to work at. My mother is the English teacher now, I just keep throwing books at her. The children's and middle grades books are going to my classroom, and anything, like any manga that is like rated mature is getting sold on eBay. So that is that. I got a lot of random stuff in here. Last stuff I did go through my shelves and clear off a bunch of stuff. A lot of stuff I've found as I get older, that, and as I, run out of space for books, that I am getting pickier about stuff I keep on my shelves. So you see a lot of paperback Warrior Cat books here. That's because I want them in hardcover. I kept my hardcovers, and my some of my V.E. Schwab books, because I got the Fragile Threads of Power arc and I want them all in the new paperbacks that are coming out, so stuff like that. But let's go. First up, I've got a book that I actually had for a college class 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and that is The Bloody Shirt by Stephen Budiansky, which is Terror After the Civil War. This is a nonfiction book. The Civil War is like my secondary historical event. My first one is the French Revolution, but I'm getting rid of a couple of my Civil War books. Then I've got The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I just don't need this book. Every time I've read this book like 2 or 3 times, and every time I read it, I like, yeah, and I put it on my shelf, and then I go through my shelves, and I'm like, I don't need this book. So, I've got Goosebumps, Say Cheese and Die. I have a better copy of this one. That's why I'm getting rid of this one. I have a better copy. This was my original childhood copy though, which is fun because, I pretended I was the author and I signed it. So this is my original childhood copy, which is fun, but I have it's falling apart because I was born in 1997 and my childhood was, a while ago. So that's why it's fallen apart. But yeah. Also getting rid of Emergency Contact, which I enjoyed. Let's do these together. Emergency Contact and P.S. I Still Love You. These two were really good young adult contemporaries. I enjoyed both of them. They're both going to do a lot better work not on my shelves. So getting rid of these two. Getting rid of I Survived COVID-19. This was a book I won from Goodreads years ago. No More Saturday Nights by Norma Klein is interesting. It had a lot of really interesting stuff to say about it. But it's also super old, and I don't like it enough to keep it. We got Yagi the Bookshop Goat, and There Are Things I Can't Tell You, which are both explicit BL mangas. They're both like 1-volume things. Neither of them were very compelling. This one, I don't remember being bad. I just don't remember anything about it. This one is for somebody who is not me. I can't do the animal, the furry thing. I can't do it. I've got The Shining by Stephen King. This was actually my fiance's copy, but I've been telling him to get rid of his Stephen King books because I literally have all of them in nicer editions. So we don't need this. We've got more manga. We got Parasite and Tokyo Ghoul, both volume 1. So yeah, I don't need these. Then we've got Stargirl Warrior Cats. We got Twilight, which is book 5 in the New Prophecy. Really, this has left me with book 2 and I think that's I don't know which 2 books. I've got 2 books on the first origin of the clan. I forget the series. Dawn of the Clans. 2 books in the Dawn of the Clans series. 1 book in the Prophecy Begins. 1 book in New Prophecy. No, I don't have any New Prophecy books. 1 book in Power of 3. 1 book in Vision of Shadows, and I believe all of the Broken Code books, and a random amount of super editions. So this means I get to recollect them. I don't know when because of the book buying. We'll see. I'm getting rid of Twilight. We also got Starlight, which is book 4 in the New Prophecy. Moonrise, which is book 2 in the Moon Prophecy. Also the worst book in the New Prophecy because the tribe sucks and I hate them. Midnight from the New Prophecy. The Darkest Hour from The Prophecy Begins, but it doesn't say that on here because, you know, when this one came out, it was just the only series. Oh, take a break. We got Rosemary's Baby by Ira Levin. The Raging Storm from Vision of Shadows. Darkest Night from Vision of Shadows, and Shattered Sky from Vision of Shadows. Thundering Shadow from Vision of Shadows, and Apprentice's Quest from Vision of Shadows. I remember very little about this series. Oh yeah, that's right, Sky Clan. Ugh. Not as bad as The Tribe, but still not very good. Then we've got The One by John Mars, which I read recently. It was not a very well-written thriller. It was pretty bad, actually. That's why I'm getting rid of it. Also got Deep Rayman volumes 7, 8, and 9. Dryland by Sarah Jaffe. I don't know how to pronounce her name. This one was just not for me. I can tell it's a very well written book, and it's going to be very important for somebody, but that person is not me. Houses Without Doors by Peter Straub, which was good. I enjoyed it. I like Straub, but didn't really need to keep it. And Under the Empyrean Sky by Chuck Wendig. I don't have the other 2 books in the series anymore. I donated them, and I just feel sad looking at it over there all alone. Do I not have any Wendig? I think I got rid of all my Chuck Wendig, apart from like what's in the book wall. But yeah, I don't. It's a good series. I love this series. I do. I would love to get them again in hardcover, like kind of like I did with the Gone series, where I just donated them and then got them all again in the terrible old covers in hardcover. Leigh Moreau is like, I love him so much. But yeah, it's a good series, young adult dystopian. It's good. All right, we're back to the Warrior Cats. We got A Dangerous Path from the first series, Rising Storm from the first series, Forest of Secrets from the first series, and Into the Wild from the first series. The second book, Fire and Ice, is the one that I have in hardcover. And then A Forest Divided from Dawn of the Clans. I think that's all the Warrior Cats. I've got Hoot and Flush by Carl Hyacin. I love Carl Hyacin. I think he's a great children's author. I've never read any of his adult stuff, but I know I loved his children's stuff when I was a child. When I was a child. How to Read Tarot Cards, which I've kept around for so long. I do have a deck of tarot cards. I actually, this will date me. I used to have a set of Homestuck tarot cards. I don't know where they went. But yeah, I don't know why I kept this around. I haven't touched my tarot cards in like 7,000 years. Got Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Got Vampire Cheerleaders in Space and Time, which just didn't need to be around anymore. The Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie. A couple of Judy Blume books starring Sally J. Friedman as herself and Blubber. And we've got Gathering of Shadows, and also A Darker Shade of Magic. I already got rid of A Conjuring the Light because it didn't match these ones, and then I got like that arc, and I was like, I just want the new ones. So some people have issues with the new covers. I kind of like them. I don't mind them. But yeah, I don't need these anymore. You can go here. We've got Mistborn. I'm currently rereading this bad boy, and I have it in this nice, beautiful hardcover, and I'm loving it so much. And you know, I would love to reread Mistborn. It's amazing to me, as when I was in high school and early college, when Brandon Sanderson was super, super big, starting to get super, super big. I know he's a huge fantasy author right now. I read a lot of his books, and I was pretty meh on them, but as I'm rereading them now, like as an adult, they're real good. They're so good. So I would like to get these in better editions. I have this one because one of my one of my sophomores last year did a novel study on it, and I just got the cheapest one. But yeah, I'd like to get in better edition. And also part 1 of the Blackstone Chronicles, An Eye for an Eye, the Doll. Like, if I didn't keep stuff for do I not have any of my John Saul? I got rid of all my John Saul. I'm not keeping this. I think I just kept it because it was like tiny. We got Flight by Angie Sage, which is one of the Septimus Heat books. Again, this is a childhood series. I'd love to get them all in the hardcovers, and so they're not super, you know, flimsy like this. That's middle grade. Got, again, I want them in hardcovers. I got a bunch of Percy Jackson stuff. I got Sea of Monsters, and I got Battle of the Labyrinth. I've already been like trying to collect these in like these specific editions, but like I want them in hardcover. Like I have the fifth one in hardcover, and also speaking of, I'd like Heroes of Olympus in hardcover too. I have books 3 through 5 in hardcover, but The Lost Hero and Son of Neptune are in paperback. I'd like them in hardcover. I'm getting picky. I'm getting picky about it. These are middle grade, aren't they? They're kind of big. They're middle grade. They're middle grade. I already have Sea of Monsters. And finally, another book from when I was in college in my Civil War class, A People at War by Scott Nelson and Carol Sheriff. So that is this unhaul. And now I always stack unhaul books in front of my Pennywise painting, and it was just looking kind of dangerously tall. 2 stacks dangerously tall. So I'm glad to have that all cleared off. But yeah, that's all for today. I'll talk to you later, and goodbye.